Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Basement. Thank you. You, there's only one you. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you being here, appreciate my viewers, and you are always welcome in my basement. It's like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood for gold freaks. And today I'm going to quickly make a video for you about my favorite gold mining stock of 2022. And before I forget, before you make comments about my hair, I am going to get a haircut this week. So you'll see me prettied up. I know I promised that in the last video, but when I get time, I'm going to get this hair fixed and be even more dressed up looking on the YouTube channel. But anyway, without further ado, you don't want to hear about me. You don't want to hear about my hair. What you want to hear about is my favorite stock of 2022. And you guessed it, First Mining Gold. Now, I've got some other stocks that I really like. Equinox Gold, Fortuna Silver, and Brixton kind of fits into that mix. But my favorite, the one that like, and this is a paradox, this is like, I know everybody like, what are you talking about? How could you think this? But the one that if I had to put all of my money into one stock, it would easily be First Mining Gold. And here's why. I'm going to kind of share with you briefly what kind of goes through this supercomputer of a mind when I think about First Mining Gold. Okay, the first thing is they own a stable or a group of gold projects, some of which they've partnered out. I'll go through them quickly. First one, Big Ridge. That's their partner on their Newfoundland project. It's a past producer. It's already got like a 1 million ounce resource or reserve or whatever you want to call it on the project. Big Ridge, there's a great video that was just published a few days ago, a conversation between Michael Gentile and, what's that guy's name? Peter Grandich. Can't believe I remembered that. Peter Grandich. So if you Google or you go on YouTube and look up Peter Grandich, Michael Gentile, there's a video from early 2022. In that video, Michael Gentile talks about his investment in Big Ridge Mining and why he's optimistic about it. And let me tell you something. Peter Grandich is super well respected. Peter Grandich loves Michael Gentile. Michael Gentile is, in my opinion, he's like the new Eric Sprott, just my opinion. So check that out. First Mining will retain a 20% interest in the Big Ridge Newfoundland project. Plus, I think they own 20% of the stock in Big Ridge. So they're going to keep 20%, and then they'll own 20% of the remaining 18%, which would be, 20% of the remaining 80%, which would be another 16%. They own almost 36%, if my math is correct, of this project in Newfoundland, which is a red-hot mining area. Next, you move to Pickle Crow, their partnership with Agnico. It's an Australian company that's had great success in previous projects and is experiencing great success with the Pickle Crow project. They've done a lot of drilling. They've had a lot of success. First Mining is going to retain 20% of that. And I think they own like 8% of the stock in Agnico. So 8% then of the remaining 80% is like 6.5%. So they own almost like 26% of the Pickle Crow project. Again, if my math is correct, feel free to check me. Next, you move over to Treasury Metals. First Mining Gold owns, I believe, still about 15% of Treasury Metals. They distributed the other shares to shareholders. The CEO over there, Jeremy Wyeth, I think his name is, I'm very impressed with him. That's like a permitted project, like 1 million ounce plus project. They've got a great team, and it's like right off the highway up in Canada. And back up to Pickle Crow, that was also a past producer. I'm 99% sure. So you've got these 3 projects, okay, that they've partnered out. They all are, and all 3 of those projects have like significant drilling campaigns going on. And on top of that, First Mining will retain royalties on all those projects. But let's not get into that now. Let's go on to yet another one of their projects that they still own 100% of. Cameron. I've been doing some reading about this Cameron project. Again, it's in Canada. It's a huge, like a 1 million ounce resource right now. They added land to the package last year. Very, very interesting. Okay. And like the previous 3 aforementioned projects, it's also in Canada. Finally, you go to Quebec, which has also been a very hot mining jurisdiction over the last couple years. First Mining has, I think, like 3 projects they own, 3 properties they own up there that combined also have another, you guessed it, 1 million ounces of gold. So you've got like 5 projects, 3 of which have been partnered out. Okay, Newfoundland, Pickle Crow, and the Treasury Metals project. 2 of them, Cameron, and the Quebec properties that they still own 100% of. I mean, that alone to me like justifies the current stock price, market cap. Stock price doesn't really matter. It's market cap of the company. But then on top of that, you can add in that they have a huge royalty portfolio, including royalties on those 3 projects they've partnered out, which all have significant drilling campaigns going on. So they've got a royalty portfolio that I've heard some people say is like kind of the envy of some of the smaller royalty companies out there. But a lot of the royalties they own, or 3 of the big royalties that they own, again, on these partnered out projects, have major drilling campaigns going on. So it's a royalty portfolio that is growing, right? Because more ounces will be discovered and will become worth more and more attractive to the market or to a potential suitor. Okay, so you've got these 3 great projects, a great royalty portfolio. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I think like 30 million Canadian in cash. So they're well funded, and I mean, what a great opportunity. Or am I forgetting something? Oh, I forgot something. There's also this huge like project, their flagship project, First Mining's flagship project that they own 100% of, again in Canada, called Springpole. And when I think about Springpole, this is what excites me. It's like a 5 million ounce project. They've done the PEAs and all, you know, whatever, all that stuff, feasibility studies. They've just started the permitting process. It's in a great area of Canada. There's a 5 million ounce kind of like resource or whatever you want to call it. 5 million ounces of gold up there. But they've also recently added to their land package, and this is a hot area. Great Bear, which was just acquired by Kinross, was kind of like right in that same area. It didn't even have like a defined resource or anything like the Springpole project, like First Mining Springpole project. And Kinross bought them for, I don't know, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a lot of details I have to keep straight here, but I think it was over $1 billion, which would be like many multiples of First Mining's current share price alone, just for the Springpole project. So they've got this massive project in Canada, the Springpole project, with an expanding land package. Okay, they've got a guy who's heading up the permitting process, Steve Lines, who previously has permitted several large mines in Canada. I believe most recently was the Hard Rock mine, which is being developed by Equinox Gold, which also happens to be an awesome company, but leave that for another video. Steve is heading up the permitting on the Springpole project. There's a great webinar with him you can watch. I mean, the guy is very super impressive, okay? First Mining also just hired Mr. Maxwell. I'm sorry, I forget your first name, but they just hired a man named Mr. Maxwell, who's from Sabina Gold, very impressive background, and he is the head of exploration. One more important thing to mention with First Mining Gold, great management, Keith Enquist, Dan Wilton, the CEO. He has, I know, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but he has a significant amount of his personal wealth invested in the company, so he is aligned with shareholders. And then there's this other guy, you may have heard of him, who founded the company and is the chairman of the board. His name's Keith Neumeyer. Keith is still involved with First Mining Gold, still very supportive of First Mining Gold. As a matter of fact, in late 2021, Keith Neumeyer purchased another 750,000 shares of First Mining Gold stock. Hold on, let me rewind and repeat that. Keith Neumeyer purchased another 750,000 shares of First Mining Gold stock. I think he already had like 15 million, 18 million shares. So he's putting his money in, which again to me means that he's aligned with shareholders. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope everyone's doing well, and we'll see you soon.